Hello, Leo, and welcome to your mid-October 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, and this is Tessa's Tarot. Before I get started on your reading, I just want to make a couple of notes about the energy that I was feeling while I was shuffling the decks. I did decide to shuffle the decks before I started recording, so they were ready to go, just to kind of like tune myself in and get myself ready for the reading, because the energies right now are very heavy with the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, as well as the new moon in Libra tomorrow. With those energies, the pressure has definitely been building. I've been feeling it building slowly throughout the week and as the week has been going on. So today and every single day it's been a little bit different and a little bit different. So today, and while I was shuffling your guys' deck, I was doing a lot of really, really deep breaths. And I did feel a sense of calm. I feel like you guys you're much more calm in yourself than a lot of other zodiac signs right now with this energy. And it could be because you're a fixed sign. And with the Mercury retrograde being in Scorpio, Scorpio is also fixed, so you have this kind of grounding nature to you anyway. So like as I was breathing, and because I'm a fire sign and you guys are fire signs, I felt like a kind of peace. Like I was able to, feel your guys' grounding energy, but also, you're still able to kind of use the kind of chaoticness of this time right now, which is intense for a lot of people, and kind of like lighten it up and make it a little bit more fun. So that's kind of what I was getting for you guys. So I am using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, but we're going to see. Okay, so this is going to be reading for mid-October, so from now until the end of the month, straight into Scorpio season. So I'm using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I'm going to pull 11 cards, with one of them being your underlying energy. And then I'm going to pull 13 tarot cards, so one tarot card for each oracle card, and then I'm going to pull 3 at the end to wrap everything up. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for your underlying energy, we have healing. And the first thing that came to my head was like, your energy right now is very healing for a lot of other people who might be going through some more intense energies with the Mercury retrograde and the new moon. And, Scorpio season is very, very intense. So I'm really kind of feeling like your energy right now is helping people. It's kind of like healing people in a deeper kind of way, which is really funny because that's kind of like how I was feeling as I was shuffling your guys' cards and breathing. I definitely felt this kind of like healing kind of energy, like grounding energy. So that's really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the rest of the cards. We have abundance. Okay, so you're feeling pretty like, I don't know, like cozy. I'm getting like a cozy feeling. Thought. Lost in a daydream a little bit. Okay, but with this abundance card, I'm definitely feeling like, you're feeling cozy at home. You're feeling very abundant right now with like your surroundings, with your with what brings you comfort and with what brings you joy. Okay, so you're kind of like feeling blessed. Okay, and then there is a little bit of like a daydreaming, kind of lost in thought energy going on here. And then we have discernment, which is also about taking a closer look at things, looking at things from different perspectives, and really kind of like looking at the things that are going on around you and, you know, trying to understand it from different perspectives, okay? Maybe to make a choice, to make a more informed decision for the future. We have harmony, staying in harmony with the cosmos, staying balanced. I see this more as like harmony with the outer realms, okay? Whereas balance, I think of more as inner balance and balance with relationships. Harmony is kind of like a sense of being in alignment with the energies that are going on around you and like above you and in higher realms and in other realms and things like that. Okay. Looking towards the stars, we have innocence. So kind of like uprooting a little bit more of that innocent, curious, childlike behavior, you know, being kind of more playful and more innocent and curious, you know, maybe when it comes to love, when it comes to friendship, and when it just kind of comes to the everyday kind of tasks of life. And then we have nature. Okay. So you might start feeling a pull to go into nature a little bit more and to kind of root yourself even more, maybe by next week, as we get closer to the full moon. You might feel kind of a pull to get out into nature a little bit more, go for a walk, just kind of like ground yourself all over again. Reflection. Okay. So you'll be a little bit more in your head, I think, by the end of the month. A little bit more in your head, kind of like lost in thought, reflecting more on yourself. Reflecting more on the present circumstances of your life. Compassion. Giving compassion to yourself is going to be an important theme towards the end of the month. Is just like loving yourself and forgiving yourself for any, you know, maybe if you're if you start feeling down about something, or you feel like, you know, a certain memory that comes up in your head makes you feel a little like, oh, maybe that was my fault, you know, just kind of like forgiving yourself, having compassion, being able to like really feel that deeper part of yourself and give it some love and tender loving care. Then we have gratitude, kind of appreciating things all over again, appreciating where you're at, that you're alive, you know. And then we have wisdom as the final card, you know, and then coming out the other side with a sense of understanding, you know, that the experiences you have gone through have led you up to this point for a reason, okay? And you're able to use your stories and your experiences to help others, to guide others, and to understand life a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to start pulling the tarot cards. So I'm going to pull one tarot card for each oracle and then 3 at the end. So for abundance, we have Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn. So yeah, you're in your Queen of Pentacles. You're feeling pretty good right now. You're feeling pretty good. You feel stable. You got your home together. You got your shit together, okay? You have your shit together. You're feeling a sense of comfort at home. You know, maybe you're just a little stressed out when it comes to like money and just making sure things are, you know, making sure everything is in order. But for the most part, like, you have what you need. and you can enjoy the feeling of knowing that you have what you need. Okay, instead of kind of like getting lost in these ideas like I need more, when you know you don't, So that's what I'm getting there. For thought, we have 10 of Swords. This is Sun in Gemini. You could be thinking about something that has ended. You might be thinking about maybe something or someone that has betrayed you, that has caused you a lot of pain. This could be recent, or it could be something that happened a long time ago, but the feeling of it feels still present. It feels like it's still in your current energy, and maybe you need to kind of like work that out a little bit more or heal that a little bit more, because you still kind of feel the sting, even if it did happen, some time ago. I don't even really want to say it's like consuming your thoughts as much as it's just this kind of naggy part of you that just like kind of pokes at your heart every once in a while, and you're just feeling it, and then you start thinking about it. Discernment, we have 9 of Wands, which is Moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, and then when it comes up in your thoughts, all you want to do is kind of escape that feeling, like walk away from that feeling. Or even kind of like look at it a little bit closer so you can get to the next step of letting it go completely and getting out of it. That feeling is like, why am I thinking about this right now? You know what I mean? And every single time it pops back up in your memory or you think about it, it like gives you a little lesson. It teaches you something, and then you can take another step forward towards the direction of releasing it completely. For harmony, we have 9 of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces. Wish fulfillment. I literally pictured you like making a wish, like looking up at the stars or the moon and like making a wish. So this could be about manifestation, but 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment, and it's about you like pretty much already having everything that you want and need. And you're just being patient, you want a little bit, it's 9 of Cups, so there's still the 10 of Cups. So it's like, you're kind of like, okay, I have the 9 of Cups, now give me my 10 of Cups. Now give me my, overflowing sense of happiness and joy. But this is a really good energy, this 9 of Cups in harmony. It kind of means that you're like in line, you're in alignment with yourself and with the universe. But you're kind of trying to give the universe an extra little push. Okay. For innocence, we have 6 of Cups. Wow. Sun in Scorpio. This is like double wow. This is a double whammy. Because the 6 of Cups is like equivalent to this card. They're exactly the same. See these 2 kids? Innocence. And then the 6 of Cups. It's exactly the same card. So, you might have kids in your surroundings. you're thinking about having kids, someone from your past might be coming up into your life, or you're thinking about some childhood memories that really left you feeling good. But the fact that this is doubled up, there's a very, very strong feeling of like children, and a strong feeling of you like bringing up your inner child. Because it makes you feel good. And some of you might have some really good Scorpio friends with this sun in Scorpio. And like when you guys are together, there's just this really, the energy is really like playful and, you know, fun and funny. And you guys just know how to have fun together. For nature, we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, so this is interesting that this is coming up for nature, because the oracle card right after that is reflection. And I was definitely kind of feeling like maybe it might be good to get out into nature towards the end of the month. It is going to open you up, okay? It is going to kind of like do something where you're going to feel like the whole aspect of being out in nature and just being with your own thoughts and with being with yourself, it can really kind of force us to look at things and to think about things. And then we start to feel like, okay, well, if I need to take these walks in nature, then maybe that means that there's something in my life that's out of balance. Maybe there's something, you know, like, I don't know, maybe like when you live in the city, or when you're in a metropolitan area, or you're not, you know, in natural surroundings all that often, we can kind of like psych ourselves out by thinking like, oh, if we go, okay, yeah, we can go out into nature for enjoyment, but also a lot of times people go into nature to get away from their daily lives, from their daily routines, from the things that are going on in their homes, at work. And then when you do that, it forces you to reflect and to look at yourself and to look at why you needed to get away. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like getting away, feeling like you need to get away. Why do you feel like you need to get away? What is going on? What are the circumstances in which it's leading you to feel that way? So that's going to start bringing out a lot of like emotions and thinking and things like that, you know, and really kind of letting those doors open. For reflection, we have 8 of Swords, Jupiter and Gemini. Okay, you might even put yourself in a little bit of a prison there, thinking that you can't get out. It's like, you know, you start to think you can't get out of the situation that you're in. It's like, oh, I don't want to go back to my life. I feel stuck there. But it's temporary, and you can get yourself out of that thinking. Okay? You can get yourself out of that thinking. But you might kind of go through a little period of just, you know, oh, like, I'm feeling a little stuck. Okay, you might go through a period of I'm feeling a little stuck. or the way that your thoughts are kind of circling around in your head, it's not really coming to any conclusion. You're not able to come to a solution. You're not able to come to a solution. And when you can't come up with a solution, that becomes the true test of your own heart and accepting and loving yourself. Because most of the time as humans, it's like we want to be able to believe that we can fix things, we can fix everything, and that we can make things, fall in our favor and fall in line. But that's not always the case. Or sometimes the solution doesn't come up in the moment that you want it to come up, and you have to wait for it to come up in the right time, or you have to wait for just you to have that moment. And a lot of the times you start to have those moments where you have your solutions when you can learn to love yourself, because that's where the lesson of accepting and just kind of loving the flaws of being human and the fact that we can't control everything, that's where it starts to teach us. And then that's when our hearts start guiding us in the right direction. And we don't even really think about the solution. We just feel the solution. Okay. I hope that made sense. So that's why you need to learn about compassion, Leo. And see, we have the Leo card, the King of Wands, on top of compassion. Because you're going to get right back to your divine self. You just have to be compassionate towards yourself and love yourself. I also kind of see this as like, no, I want things now. You know what I mean? Like, he's so fiery and aggressive and such a leader, and he just wants to take charge of everything. So this could be like learning how to balance that out, learning how to balance that side of you where like your instinct is to want to be a leader and control everything, and balance it out with like your more tender self that feels compassion and that gives yourself compassion, and like healing that thunderbolt leader in you. Okay. Giving that part of you love and compassion. So for gratitude, we have 4 of Swords, Jupiter and Libra, and see, it's just going to lead you straight into your own rest and healing. You're going to go home, you're going to take a nap. You're going to rest your swords, put down, stop thinking, no more thinking. No more thinking. Just feel grateful that you can close your eyes and take deep breaths and go to sleep and just be without needing to be anything, but just to be, just to exist, to breathe. Be grateful for that. For wisdom, we have 9 of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. Miss Independent, Miss Superstitious. No, I don't know. I don't remember the lyrics. It's just going to deepen. It's just going to deeper your understanding of life. Okay? It's just going to deepen your understanding of life. And your understanding of your own comforts. and your own joys and what you appreciate. Intuitively, it's just going to deepen. It's going to deepen your intuition in terms of how you feel. There is a sense of stoic. I'm getting a kind of stoic vibe. Like, it might make you just kind of like seem emotionless, you know, for a minute, like a day or two or something like that, you know, like once you kind of start feeling that way, like it might seem like you don't have emotions, or you're just finding your inner peace, that's all, in what you know and what you understand and what you've experienced. Okay, let's pull the final 3 cards. We have Queen of Swords, Libra, Temperance card, Sagittarius, and the Devil, Capricorn. Ooh. Someone's coming out to play. I'm feeling like full moon, Halloween. I mean, Leo, you guys are like the sign of creativity and knowing how to have fun. So this full moon, I think it's gonna bring out that fun side of you. And it's gonna be in Taurus. So we have Queen of Swords, Temperance, and the Devil. You're gonna start looking, after you hit this energy where you kind of like start to get a little like silent and you have this like newfound wisdom and you're just like feeling kind of high and mighty on your throne because you're like, I know. You're gonna start to observe. You're gonna start to look at things that are going on around you. And you might even want to start saying, it's like you want to start saying what you're thinking and what you're feeling. You're going to want to start communicating. And maybe fast. You're going to feel it. You're going to want to start saying what you think, expressing yourself. But I also see you controlling it to some extent. And like the things that you want to say are going to start coming out in more mischievous ways. Okay. The things that you want to communicate, the longer you let it sit inside of you and the longer you let it brew, it's going to turn into like a more devious kind of form of communication. It's going to come out a little devious. Like a little arrogant, maybe. Sarcastic. And it's just all out of fun. It's like you know how to embrace this devil energy and like show it who's boss. Okay. It's like you take that devil energy and you just show it who's boss. That's what I got. All right, Leo, this is your reading for mid-October. Hope this helped, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the November 2020. Like, subscribe. Bye.